Hey everyone, here's another replay in the Tech Tree Tier 6 Russian Destroyer Navy. You've seen the use of the Anshan and the Fushan with the 8-kilometer torpedoes. So here I'm going to let you see how a destroyer with no long-range torpedoes plays a little bit. If you watched the preview video from the public test server, you'll have seen something pretty similar already.
Обнаружены силы противника.
And that's Vader doing his normal drop, finishing the Minakaze. You always want to sink that and the Yubari as quickly as you can to avoid torpedoes. Just some thoughts. In previous versions of Raptor, the first version, the bot ships like to shoot at destroyers. In the second version, they seem to change their priorities and not shoot destroyers much. In this version, they do seem to do that a lot now. Something to keep in mind.
Линкор противника уничтожен.
Now with the Myogi sunk, we've figured that by now someone would have been able to tell if the cruisers are north. And once we figured that they weren't north, started heading south.
This is Raptor. Enemy aircraft carrier detected. Destroy her. It's crucial for the squadron.
Attention, Squadron Commander. According to reconnaissance data, one more enemy aircraft carrier is likely to remain in the combat zone. Seek and destroy.
Now with the south spawn of the cruisers, there's been some variability on where they show up. Here you see a slight variation from the normal as well, as most of the time you have two coming around here and one coming here. One time we saw all three show up here, and now there's another variation. So I'm just moving into a position to get broadsides with AP and smoke.
запущен. Постановка дымов завершена.
Now, with the Alba approaching pretty quickly, I need to watch my smoke detection, although it's nowhere near, and it's in range for me to use my torpedoes.
Торпеды слева по борту. Крейсер противника уничтожен.
Now, if you noticed, Brooklyn was approaching it and drew it firing torpedoes. So even if no one's going behind your smoke, you still need to be aware of who else may draw the torpedoes being shot from the cruisers. And now I'm moving forward to intercept the incoming destroyers. With a northern midpoint, the destroyers are going to be middle and south. Now you know I'm keeping my distance from the Minakaze. As mentioned in previous replays, you don't want to charge them. Now Vader has sunk the Hosho, but there's still the escorts to deal with. We need to have people watching the backside. But one key thing with North Midpoint is if you spot the battleships and the Kuma right after you sink the destroyers, you know it's going to be a middle exit. If not, then it's going to be a north exit. Here I'm debating whether I want to actually do something to the Kuma. I figured not worth it, especially since I have an Alba up in front and battleships right behind it. So here I'm moving in to smoke. Fire some AP into the broadside of the Alba.
Постановка дымов завершена.
now here,
Крейсер врага потоплен.
I'm going to charge these battleships, and I can basically do it with impunity. The reason, if you're not aware, so you can see their turrets are all turned north. So by the time I'm in position to torpedo them, even though it's from close range, they don't have time to turn their turrets before I launch my torpedoes and run. And I'm firing at the two Miyogis here. But now, running from the battleships, I need to deal with this Miyoko. So how do I do it? Well, it's basically the same thing. One thing about the Miyoko's weaknesses, if we want to look again, the Miyoko has very slow turrets and has very bad torpedo angles that fire from the rear. So what I'm doing is I'm going around and abusing the slow turrets
Двигатель
of the
в режиме.
Miyoko to prevent it from shooting at me. And then once in proper position, I can start loading AP and Citadel and sink it.
Пожарная тревога.
So by the time it's able to
Неполадки
put its
устранены.
guns in action, it can barely do anything while I finish it off.
Крейсер противника уничтожен.
And keep in mind,
Торпеды прямо по курсу.
they're rear launched torpedoes, so you gotta be mindful of your position. Now this is not something you can only do here. If you have to fight a Miyoko at close range, you can do this in randoms as well. You can basically abuse its weaknesses to take it out.
Дымогенератор запущен. Постановка дымов завершена.
And with the battleship sunk, there are only the teleport spawns left, which will spawn here on the H line. And of course, in this game I hadn't quite known where the
Двигатель
spawns
в
yet
форсированном режиме.
would be. And I'm moving south to get broadside shots on the Alba. And if you're being mindful, you can watch it shoot at you and dodge its shots.
Крейсер противника уничтожен.
And
устранены.
with the teleport spawns sunk, that's pretty much the end of it. Let me know what you think. Is this something you would like to try yourself? Thank you for watching, and see you next time.